Number 1. The Paranormal Chambers is a YouTube channel run by a couple who love exploring creepy and mysterious places. In this video, they visit Cannock Chase, a forest in England that's not only beautiful, but also known for its unsettling history and paranormal sightings. Over the years, this forest has gained a reputation for strange experiences. People have reported seeing black-eyed children, unexplained figures, and even ghostly soldiers near the old war cemetery. The investigation started off with the usual excitement, but things quickly took a strange turn.
Yes, we've come to a different part now from the last couple of investigations that we've done. So, fingers crossed we will catch something today. Join us.
As they began walking into the woods, they noticed two people coming from the opposite direction.
Well, we're back in Cannock Chase. We're just having to do a bit of a detour. We've parked up and we started walking into the forest and two people came out of the other side, and then for some reason they keep following us. So we just walked up one way and they walked up there and they were watching us, so we've waited for them to go off the other way and we've come back down this way, and now we're just seeing if they do follow us or not. So we'll keep you posted. We just thought we'd start the video now. So anyway, welcome to tonight's investigation. Cannock Chase. I think we've given him the slip for now. Oh. Turn that off.
At first, it seemed like nothing unusual, until they realized those same people were quietly following them. The couple tried to shake them off by changing direction, but the strangers always seemed to reappear nearby, keeping just enough distance to avoid confrontation while still clearly watching them. This unsettling behavior continued for some time. Whenever the couple paused to check their surroundings, they'd spot the figures again, sometimes just peeking from around corners or blending into the trees. It was unclear if the strangers had bad intentions or were just curious, but their behavior was definitely suspicious.
They started going up, then decided to turn back and follow us. And they were literally on Sarah's shoulder. And then we walked off.
We went up like a little side bit, didn't we, to throw them off track to see if they followed us.
We went up a little path into the woodland.
Like if they followed
and
us.
they came round following us, but then went up on the main track on the same route as us. But we then turned around and gone back.
Went back other way, didn't they? The thing is, they kept watching us, didn't they?
Yeah, they were constantly watching us. We just wondered whether it's because of the equipment we're carrying. Maybe they wanted it.
Yeah.
Not wanting to take any chances, the couple decided to change their route.
We just seen them walking down the track behind us. They're probably about 200 yards up from the track. I don't know whether you can make that out, but there's the track up there. And they're just up around that corner. One of them just popped his head round the corner. So we're just stopped dead at the moment, just see what's happening. But it's looking like they are following us.
Looked behind there, aren't they? Because
yeah, they're just round that bend.
when you looked and noticed them and they'd seen that they'd been seen, they like moved that way, didn't they, behind the bushes?
Yeah. What do you reckon? Should we just sort of duck in somewhere? And...
What about up here? Should we try to go up there then?
Yeah, come on.
We'll sort of track
What we're going to
back.
do, guys, we're going to go up here. Look, there's a little side track.
I said we track back and see if we can end up coming behind them.
I'm just going to see if there's any... Can you hear him? You can hear him talking. Can you hear that? No, we don't really want to put the lights on, do we? You hear it?
Turn camera that way so we can try and see on camera.
I think they're not coming.
Try and look like. Try and look up.
They quietly moved along a different path and eventually lost sight of whoever was tailing them. Thankfully, they made it out of the forest safely, but the incident left them with more questions than answers. Was someone really following them, or was it just a coincidence? It's hard to say for sure, but one thing is clear. When you're exploring places with dark pasts, it's always smart to stay alert and be prepared.
Subscribe and help us reach 20,000 subscribers. 90% of you have not subscribed yet.
Number 2, uploaded on July 13th, 2011, this intense moment was captured by the YouTube channel Sean SW. It shows just how quickly a peaceful solo outing in nature can turn into a dangerous situation. The video starts off calm, with a man jogging through a quiet trail, surrounded by beautiful scenery. But that peaceful mood doesn't last long. Out of nowhere, a massive grizzly bear appears directly ahead on the path. At first, it looks like the bear is simply crossing the trail, but instead of continuing into the woods, it changes direction and begins moving straight toward the runner. What's unsettling is how calm and steady the bear is. It doesn't look scared or aggressive, just completely in control, as if it's testing boundaries or trying to assert its presence. The runner knows better than to panic. He carefully backs away, staying alert and never fully turning his back. What follows is a tense standoff, with both man and animal trying to figure out what the other will do next. Every move is slow and calculated, and the uncertainty of the moment is what makes it so gripping. There's no editing, no background music, just raw footage showing how unpredictable the wild can be. Thankfully, the runner manages to keep a safe distance and eventually puts enough space between himself and the bear to walk away unharmed. Number 3, Chris was an experienced camper, no stranger to nights alone in the wilderness. But during one of his solo trips, something felt off. What started as a normal outing took a disturbing turn in the early hours of the morning. Around 4 a.m., he was suddenly awakened by the sound of footsteps slowly circling his tent. Still half asleep and confused, he grabbed his camera and began recording, hoping to catch whatever was out there.
My phone's probably gonna die, but it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. Crap. Something's walking around my tent. I'm out here by myself. I was going to get up and do a morning hike and video, but I've already got visitors. It's a full moon tonight, and I can see the shadow go by on this wall over here. And it was big.
It wasn't just the footsteps. There were strange dragging noises across the forest floor, making the whole situation even more unsettling. Earlier that night, he had felt something press against the side of his tent, but he assumed it was just a small animal passing by. Now, with heavier sounds and shadows moving under the light of a full moon, it was clear something bigger was nearby. Each time he tried to look outside, there was nothing to be seen, only silence and the occasional sound of something brushing against the tent. He tried to stay calm and alert, but the uncertainty was overwhelming.
Something was pushing on the tent a little bit ago, too. That could have been a raccoon, I guess. I don't even know if you guys can hear me.
exactly where it's at, I'd throw this light on and turn the camera around. But every time I've opened the tent, there's nothing there.
His phone was running low on battery, and just as the tension seemed to peak, the recording stopped. Chris never did figure out what had been outside that night. There were no clear answers, just the eerie memory of something unseen, quietly watching from the dark. Whether it was an animal or something else entirely remains a mystery. But for anyone who's ever camped alone, it's a chilling reminder that you never really know what's waiting out there in the woods.
It almost sounds like it's dragging something. I'm gonna have to go put my phone on the freaking charger in my truck.
Number 4, Colin and Victoria set out on a bold journey, leaving behind their old life to build a new one from scratch in the harsh desert of southeastern Arizona. Their goal was to turn 20 acres of dry, untouched land into a self-sustaining homestead. But while exploring their new property, they stumbled across something that made them pause.
Trying to find the last corner marking of the first 5-acre parcel we're going to develop. And we're doing it by sight because it's kind of fun. Getting to not hide and seek, but kind of hunt for something. And we're using some trees and some foreground and background, like using a tree with something behind it out here to figure out our straight line. And we just realized a tree is going to block our view, so now we're going to have to use this tree, So we just found a little kid's backpack, like a kid-sized backpack, which wouldn't be too alarming or anything, but it's in the wash. And a little while ago, just randomly walking through here, we found 2 pesos, 2 peso coins, and we found a little kid's shoe. So I'm hopefully somebody's stuff got accidentally washed down from the wash, but I really, really hope we don't find something gruesome in the area on the new property, because that would suck pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because we are so close to the border.
There's a backpack, a shoe, and some monies.
Yeah, I really hope we don't find some.
While walking the land to locate a corner marker for their first development plot, they found a few items scattered near a dry wash. Items that didn't quite belong. There was a small child's backpack, a shoe, and a couple of foreign coins. On their own, these things might not have seemed too strange, but together they painted a more unsettling picture. Then came something even more disturbing.
Coin looks through. We didn't see any other bones. But this is what it looks like. The shoe's over here, right? Yeah, right there. And I'll show you the bone.
So it would be different if it was just the shoe. So we found a little kid's shoe. We found a little kid's backpack. And we found this bone under that tree.
Who knows, though? Sorry, buddy. If that was you and that happened, that's rough, dog. Oh, how do I know if it's big? I just saw these bones right here.
More bones, and not when we were looking either. We're walking. I think this is a deer.
Those are deer bones?
It doesn't look like a...
Doesn't that look like a really clean cut there?
A set of bones hidden beneath a tree. It was unclear whether they were from an animal or something worse. The discovery raised serious questions. Were these just remains of wildlife, or had something tragic happened on this land? Given how close the area is to the border, the couple couldn't ignore the possibility that someone may have lost their life trying to cross the harsh desert. At the time of filming, there was no confirmation on whether the bones were human. Still, it was a chilling reminder of the harsh realities some people face and the unforgiving nature of the desert. Number 5. While kayak fishing on a calm river near New Braunfels, Texas, a man's peaceful day took a sudden, disturbing turn. As he drifted beneath a bridge, the quiet was shattered by terrifying screams echoing from somewhere underneath. Instinctively, he pulled out his phone and began recording, hoping to capture what was happening.
What the hell is that noise? stream going over there. I don't know if the stream is working or not yet, but I need to hear whatever the hell is happening over there. Hey, do y'all hear that screaming? Is that something I should be, like, worried about?
At first, it wasn't clear what he was hearing, just unsettling cries that didn't sound normal. The moment he tried to speak up and ask if anyone was okay, the screaming stopped completely, as if someone had been listening and chose to go silent.
Are you okay? Well, I didn't hear any screams for help back.
Alarmed, the man contacted local authorities to report what he had heard. When emergency services arrived at the scene, they searched the area under the bridge.
Hello? Hello?
Is anyone up here?
While they did find signs that someone had been living there, possibly a homeless person, there was no trace of whoever had screamed. No one in sight and no clues pointing to what exactly had happened. The incident raised disturbing possibilities. Was someone actually in danger? Could it have been a kidnapping attempt that was interrupted? The timing of the screams suddenly stopping right after someone called out is chilling. It makes you wonder if someone was silenced or taken while help was just moments away. We may never know the full story, but whatever happened under that bridge still lingers in mystery. Number 6. On August 21st, 2023, Jay, a paranormal investigator from the channel The Journey is the Destination, returned to the abandoned Erin Cemetery, located in a ghost town long left behind. His first visit had been interrupted by technical issues, so this time he came back determined to capture clearer evidence of the unexplained activity that had once sent chills down his spine. The cemetery, with its rows of old, crumbling gravestones, includes the final resting places of soldiers and children. As Jay moved through the site, the distant sounds of cows added to the uneasy atmosphere. But it was the digital tools he brought, paranormal apps that claimed to detect spirit communication, that quickly made the visit more intense. Words like soldier and sliced appeared, which Jay linked to the military graves scattered throughout the grounds. The atmosphere grew heavier, and he recalled a past experience at this same site. He once saw what he believed to be a shape-shifting entity. This time, when the apps again referenced shapeshifters, it only confirmed his suspicions that something strange lingered here. Jay began to experience sudden, unexplained physical sensations like goosebumps and chills. More unsettling still, the tools started producing eerily specific phrases such as "she killed," "hunter," and "they take other forms," terms that suggested stories of violence, confusion, and possibly deception by paranormal entities.
Is that one of the children buried here? There's no names on these 5 graves here, but they are children. And then that's a child, that's a child, that's a child. No name on that one.
As he walked among the graves, he tried to identify which belonged to children. Many had no names. Then came a moment that truly rattled him. A patch of grass appeared to move as if someone had stepped on it, yet no one was there. Meanwhile, the sounds of movement, rustling trees, and distant animal calls filled the air, but not a single cow could be seen. This led Jay to question whether something was mimicking those sounds, possibly the shapeshifters he feared. Names like Charles and George came through the apps, and he tried to use these to form some kind of dialogue.
Take other forms? The shapeshifters? Oh my god, I'm freaking out right now. Especially knowing that I've had some experiences out here and I've seen some stuff I can't explain out here.
One grave, belonging to a boy named James H. Jones, stood out as he asked questions about illness and death. The responses he received were vague, yet they hinted at tragic ends and a lingering desire for someone to hear their stories. Although the night ended without any major breakthrough, like capturing a shapeshifter on video, the overall experience was unnerving. The eerie silence, strange words, and unexplained physical sensations convinced Jay that this cemetery holds more than just forgotten graves. Whether or not the tools he used were truly reliable, the emotional and atmospheric weight of the place left a lasting impact. Number 7. On a cold February night in 2024, YouTuber Chris Beard decided to spend the evening car camping alone on one of the most haunted roads in America, Purgatory Road. Known for his fearless solo adventures, Chris was ready to explore the eerie area and possibly make contact with whatever paranormal forces were said to roam the place.
Well, now you guys can see where I am. Purgatory Road. There's a car. It's honestly feels pretty comfortable right now. It's not terrible, but...
Armed with a Spirit Talker app, he began his night walk. At first, everything seemed quiet, until strange noises began to surround him.
It is on. Hello? I want to look, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? Kind of creepy. What was that? I swear to God, something just hissed at me. Who just hissed at me? I'm not going down there. Screw that. All right. That was freaky. That was real freaky. Show you guys. I'm not it's like a growl hiss or something.
He heard what sounded like hissing and growling coming from the woods. Things turned even more bizarre when he noticed water flowing nearby, something he hadn't seen on previous visits.
I want to see what's up with this water. At least for Purgatory Road, I've never noticed there to be water. So it's kind of interesting to me. There's that noise again, see? Who's over by the water? This is the second time I've heard you over here.
Children are playing.
Holy. Are there actually children playing by the water right now? Can you guys come out and show yourselves for me? Make a splash or do something. Yo, no way. No way. Did you guys hear that? That was literally a splash. That could have been a coincidence. Yes, I understand. But that was a splash in the water. If that was one of the children that are playing over here, chills up my body right now.
Then came what sounded like children playing near the water, followed by the splash of something hitting the surface. It sent chills through him, especially when he asked for a sign and something actually responded.
Can you tell me your names? Yo, there's eyeballs right there. What is that? Do you guys see that reflection? There's literally an eyeball. Someone just looked over and now it's gone. If that was you guys showing yourselves, that was actually some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen and heard. So thank you. This is getting weird. That was clearly an orb or something just flew way. It was down the road a little bit. But whoever just crossed the road, I saw you. Saw you clear as day. So thanks for showing yourself. Holy cow. This is actually insane, guys. Some of the best evidence I've ever captured.
As the night went on, things only got more intense. Chris saw what looked like glowing eyes in the darkness, in strange flashes of light, like orbs moving across the road. He even spotted what seemed to be a figure crossing right in front of him. It was one of the most active nights he had ever captured. Eventually, Chris returned to his car, hoping to rest. But as he settled in, the real terror began.
I wish the windows were tinted. Then I wouldn't feel like people are actually watching me, which I hope they aren't, but... Oh, yeah. Did you guys hear someone? That was probably just the motor cooling down. Hello? I don't see anything or anybody. That was nothing, guys. That was nothing. Just gonna go to sleep now. Toodaloo.
Footsteps approached, followed by a sudden knock on his van. Thinking it might have been nothing, he brushed it off. But his camera revealed what he hadn't seen. Someone was standing right outside trying the door handle. Whoever it was never announced themselves. They didn't speak. They didn't knock again. Chris, thinking it might have been police, was confused. Why wouldn't they identify themselves? The silence, the movement, and the creepy attempt to get in made it clear. Someone or something with bad intentions was watching him.
What the f was that? 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 Hello? What the f?
Shaken and scared, Chris drove off into the night. What had followed him in the darkness? Was it a spirit or a real stalker hiding behind the haunted legend of Purgatory Road? Whatever it was, it left him and viewers completely disturbed. Number 8, Ansel, the face behind the YouTube channel Abandoned Explorer, has been diving into decaying ruins and forgotten places for over 8 years. From ghost towns to abandoned theme parks, his mission is to uncover the eerie charm and forgotten history of places time left behind. But not every adventure goes as planned, and this trip to Wales would prove to be one of the most terrifying yet. On February 5th, 2018, Ansel joined a group of fellow explorers to investigate the infamous Denbigh Mental Asylum, once home to over 1,000 psychiatric patients. Long abandoned and steeped in dark history, it's one of the UK's most legendary urban exploration spots. The team was excited to finally explore it themselves after a tough hike through the overgrown grounds.
It is creepy with the skeletons of old medical equipment. City of Dallas says this abandoned hospital is where some people break in to do drugs and commit other crimes.
At first, everything felt almost surreal. Dusty hallways, broken beds, crumbling walls, like a frozen moment from decades ago.
It was just an old psych hospital back in, I believe, the 80s. They got shut down due to malpractice suits and lack of funding, so the place has been abandoned. And a couple places have tried to buy it out. Give me 1 second. Bailey. I'll let you go first. You got the big ass lights.
Yeah, where is it at?
It's just straight ahead. I see a staircase to the ground floor.
They roamed through rooms filled with rusted equipment, peeling wallpaper, and the quiet echo of the past. But beneath the calm, there was tension. The group had heard rumors. Someone reportedly patrolled the asylum with a shotgun, chasing away trespassers.
What is this?
So basically, it measures electronical fixtures, phenomena.
All of the main hallways throughout the hospital to alert me if anything. Yeah, see, that's the elevator shaft that apparently that little girl fell down.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Is there any record of that? A 3.0? What's that yellow? What number is that? Like a 2.5, which is 3.8, 2.8, 1.7.
There's no signal in here. I can't connect Bluetooth to these walls.
That's crazy. How that's... It's a 6.5, 0.2, 0.1, and it's gone.
They figured it was just local gossip. They were wrong. As they moved deeper inside, their paranormal gear began going haywire. EMF detectors spiked near certain staircases and especially by an old elevator shaft.
Yeah.
Graffiti, but then that's all they do. I just walk through here and respect the place. Granted, I mean, it's already been fucked up, but yeah, there's another staircase over here we can take as well. You can see down that elevator too. Oh, maybe it was this elevator. Look at that. It was just going off.
Oh yeah, right there.
You can get closer to that elevator if you want. Yeah, because it's going off higher right now. I'm getting orange.
1.9. You're getting orange?
Yeah, I'm just going off.
2.0. 1.9. 1.8. 2.0. 2.7, 3.4, 3.5, 3.0, 2.2, 1.4. It's going away. It's going away.
Still getting orange.
Their devices flashed and buzzed as if something invisible was standing right next to them. Still, they kept going, curious and cautious. But then the atmosphere shifted, voices dropped, movements became sharp and quiet, and suddenly the group realized they weren't alone.
Era, Josh put a tweet out on, was it Twitter? Yeah, he put a Snapchat out saying that we're at Denby and she's come down to see us. And at the moment we're being chased off site by the bloke that patrols this place.
I wasn't around, I was like, I already got everything. I mean, there's really... Oh, what are we doing? Oh, we don't.
Bye.
The fuck is? I wanted you. It's good. Hey, Lily. Alright, the police are coming. You tried running me down? I did run it down. I tried to put that out. I'll put it out for you. You tried running me down? I did run it down. I tried to put that out. Put it out. Go on. Off, all of you. I don't ring the police. You tried running me down. Attempted murder. Go on, off site now. Who's back there? Hang with you. Go on, and you. You know what you can do with that camera. Quick.
A man, armed and clearly unstable, emerged from the darkness. Whether he was a squatter, an obsessive guardian of the asylum, or just someone looking for trouble, no one knew. But he wasn't happy to see them. What followed was panic. The team grabbed their gear and ran. No time to argue or ask questions. They just needed to get out. Thankfully, no one was hurt, and the man never fired his weapon. But the fear was real. The danger was real.
Oh, you want to down him. Let's get out of here.
There he is, guys. There's the car where this crazy man just chased us.
They escaped, shaken but safe. It was supposed to be just another abandoned location. Instead, it became a close call with someone who might have been more dangerous than any ghost. Number 9. Back in the summer of 2014, experienced wildlife tracker Michael Green set up his thermal imaging camera deep within North Carolina's Uharry National Forest. He had done this dozens of times before, usually just capturing deer, raccoons, or the occasional curious coyote. But on the night of July 7th, something strange showed up on his screen. Something that didn't belong. At first it was just movement, faint but unmistakable. Then the figure came into view, a large glowing shape weaving between the trees. Its heat signature stood out brightly against the cool night air. But as Michael watched the footage, it became clear this wasn't any animal he'd ever seen. The creature moved in a slow, deliberate way, almost like it was aware of being watched. It was tall, unnaturally broad, and its arms hung lower than any person should. It didn't make a sound. It didn't act like a bear or a man. Instead, it stayed in the shadows, slipping behind trees as if trying to outsmart the thermal lens. Michael later nicknamed the footage the squeaky thermal. And while some skeptics claimed it was just a blurry human figure or a camera glitch, Michael was certain what he saw wasn't normal. This was no lost hiker. Whatever it was, it knew how to avoid detection, but it failed. Some say it could have been Bigfoot. Others think it was something even more mysterious. But one thing is certain, Michael captured something that still haunts the minds of those who've seen the clip. Number 10. On October 19th, 2022, Jones, creator of the YouTube channel Van Life UK, was parked for the night in a secluded part of the countryside. A sudden power outage had left him in complete darkness, but as someone used to life on the road, he wasn't too worried. At least, not at first. As Jones settled into bed, he began hearing unsettling noises just outside his van.
I don't know why I'm telling you to shush. Try locking it again and... Oh. That's worse. I can hear the van going, yeah. Alright, I think they're gone. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Hold on. Still a power... Yeah, look, see? Look, see? Nobody is around. Close that up. Alright. I want to get back into bed. I don't want anybody to know I'm here. That was scary. That was a bit spooky. It's the first time that's ever happened to me. Someone actually tried to steal fuel out of the van while I was inside it. Right, but I'm all locked up. I'm not moving. I struggle trying to find a spot. I'm not moving just yet now. I'm gonna...
The sound of someone fiddling with the door handles immediately sent a jolt of fear through him. At first, he wasn't sure if it was just the wind or maybe animals, but a quick check revealed something far more troubling. Someone had tampered with his petrol cap. It was wide open, clear evidence that someone had tried to siphon fuel from his van while he was still inside. Hoping it was a one-off, he locked everything tight and tried to relax. But the night wasn't over. Later, he was jolted awake once again by the same disturbing sounds.
I think they're back. Right, that's it. I'm moving spots.
Footsteps, movement, and someone trying to get into his van. This time, he didn't wait around to see what would happen. He immediately started the engine and drove away to a new, hopefully safer location. Jones wasn't hurt, but the experience left a lasting impression. It served as a harsh reminder that living on the road, especially in remote areas, comes with risks. Number 11, Jasko, a daring explorer on YouTube, and his friend Chris decide to test their courage by camping deep inside a forest known for its dark legends. Locals whisper about satanic rituals and demonic presences that have long haunted these woods. The cold wind cuts through the night as they arrive, set up their camp, and start a fire to settle in. But the forest has its own stories to tell, especially the eerie one about the weeping children.
It's clear as day. Whistle? Oh, you have a beanie on. It was like...
Well, that's creepy because next thing I was going to tell you about, it's called the Weeping Children.
As the flames flicker, Jasko recounts chilling tales, but unease creeps in faster than expected. With a spirit box in hand, they venture deeper into the shadows, hoping to uncover the truth behind the haunted tales.
Or is there more to the story?
Bro, I hate this. What's walking around?
My sleep is very important. What the hell is that? Whoa! What the?
Okay, dude. I don't know.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Maybe you shouldn't go alone here.
Yet strange sounds start circling them, making the hair on their necks stand up, tension growing. They decide not to go further alone and head back to camp, but the feeling of being watched doesn't leave. Back at the fire, Jasko shows Chris a photo he snapped earlier, a faint flashlight beam gliding across the darkness behind the trees. It wasn't moonlight, and they both realize they might not be alone after all. Fear settles in as they debate their next move.
Chris, what the fuck?
I think it might literally be time to like leave or just get in our tents and zip them for the night. I don't know which one, but...
Look at that. Right there in the middle. That's a light. That's not the moon, because the moon is right up there. It's behind the branches up there. That was almost level with us, moving from left to right. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to, like, what's our next course of action. Like, I want to do this.
Trying to sleep proves impossible. Just as Jasko drifts off, his camera is suddenly shoved down by an unseen force, jolting him wide awake.
This is so freaky right now. Right when I'm trying to sleep. Okay, so the goal is to get some sleep.
Chris! Wake the fuck up! Nah, I'm gonna go check. Fuck. The fuck was that? I have my boots on backwards. I'm scared. I don't know if it was footsteps I heard. I don't know what it was, but I think at one point in the night there was someone outside of my tent. And that's what's freaking me out. So, listen, I'm gonna stay up. And if anything, I'll show you anything else. If not, I'll see you guys at 3 o'clock with Chris. And we'll continue. Hopefully.
The pounding of his heart is deafening as he hears footsteps outside the tent. Was someone lurking there? He puts on his boots backward in his panic, unsure if what he heard was real. Deciding to stay awake, Jasko braces himself. Suddenly, a sharp whistle pierces the night air just outside his tent. Summoning every ounce of bravery, he steps outside alone into the pitch-black woods.
Bro, my fucking eyes. I'm so fucking scared right now, guys. I am so fucking scared. Please, please, please tell me you guys just heard that.
The chilling sounds grow louder, following him closely as if the forest itself is alive and watching. Whispers, footsteps, and unexplainable noises surround him.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. Stick scared the shit out of me. Okay, that was not a stick. What the fuck was that? Hello? Shh, 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 shh. Listen, listen. Something's moving. Guys. Okay, now I'm actually...
Angel hierarchy.
I completely forgot that was on and I almost shit myself. Something's here. Something is here. Chris?
I'm really here.
Chris, is that you? Bro, we're like maybe half a... Chris, what are you doing out here? This is a flashlight moment. I don't care. Chris, what are you doing out here? Chris, buddy, what are you doing out here? Wait. No. We're in the opposite direction. This isn't fucking Chris. This isn't fucking Chris. This... Ah! Fuck this! Oh, I can't see anything. Oh, shit. Oh, where's my fucking flash? I can't... What the fuck is that? Oh my fucking God. Oh, shit. Hold on. What the fuck is down there then? What the fuck is down there? Bro, please. Bro, we gotta get out of here.
Lost in the labyrinth of trees, panic tightening its grip, Jasko races back to the camp where Chris is safe, but the fear lingers. Without hesitation, they pack up and flee the haunted forest, feeling eyes tracking their every move in the darkness. What exactly was out there that night? Who or what was whistling just beyond their tent? They may never know. But whatever it was, it made sure they wouldn't be coming back. Number 12.
Chilling adventure. Roisin Wonderland head into one of the UK's most haunted forests, Cannock Chase, a place shrouded in terrifying folklore and real-life horror.
Cannock Chase Forest. It's meant to be a really haunted forest, so we thought we'd stay there all night and see what we can capture. The forest has like loads of legends, like local legends and myths surrounding it, and it has done for years. It's meant to be like one of the most haunted forests in Britain. And in the late 60s, Raymond Leslie Morris actually murdered 3 young girls. There's soldiers from World War I and II buried nearby. There's cemeteries.
Accompanied by fellow explorers Chris and CB, the team decides to do something different. Spend an entire night camping in the woods to see what really lurks within. The forest itself has a disturbing past, from the infamous 1960s child murders by Raymond Leslie Morris to reports of shadowy soldiers, UFO sightings, and even a creature known as the Pigman. Cannock Chase has long been feared, but the most notorious legend? A black-eyed girl said to lure unsuspecting people into the trees before vanishing into thin air. To avoid hauling gear too deep, the trio sets up camp close to the edge. Spirits are high at first, with jokes flying about the Pigman and nervous laughter filling the air.
It's going really well right now.
It's just like, it's like a nervous thing, you know. It's like a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Because I'm petrified. A pig man. I'm the pig man in here. All those donuts. Oh God, I'm gonna wind them up and they're gonna come get me.
Oh,
No whistle. Not yet. I'm not whistling yet.
Yeah, there's we can still because there is a main road by here. We didn't go too far in, purely because we didn't want to carry all the stuff all that way.
Took CB about half an hour.
But as night falls, unease creeps in. Strange low rumbles echo through the forest. Not thunder, not machines, just deep, unsettling growls with no clear source. They joke about dinosaurs and stomach noises, but the tension is obvious. Venturing deeper, fog curls through the trees.
Dinosaurs are extinct now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sounds like my stomach. Sounds like my bum. I hope no murderers come up tonight.
I don't think they will. The last murders here were in the 60s.
Well, if they're going to take anyone, Chris, we're going to sacrifice you for the greater good.
Appreciate that.
It's alright, whichever one can run fastest is okay.
I seen you coming up that. I seen you coming up that hill. I think I've got a good chance. I'll trip you up.
The hill, but I'm going to roll down that hill.
And the atmosphere turns oppressive. With spirit box in hand and cameras rolling, they begin to feel like they're being watched.
I thought I heard something over there again. Over that way to the left, there is a road over to the right of me, but to the left it's just like a lot of forest. Holy crap, look at that. Jesus. What was that? Did you hear that noise then?
Suddenly, a sharp whistle pierces the silence, followed by the sound of something hitting the ground, like a rock tossed nearby. No one is around. Another noise, then another, as if something unseen is circling them. The group launches into a full spirit box session, asking direct questions. What they get back are fragments, ghostly voices warning them to go away, and one blood-curdling scream that makes Roisin jolt in fear. Questions about the murdered girls and the black-eyed child are met with eerie silence.
Wow. Hi, can you come through and tell me your name? Do you want to come and talk to us? You can use this device to make us hear your voice. What about the legend that there's werewolves in the forest? I've just missed that because I was talking. Did you just say go away?
Okay.
How rude.
Or harsh, cryptic replies. A blunt no comes through when they ask if visitors are welcome. Their gear starts malfunctioning. Batteries drain rapidly, lights flicker, and meters spike with no clear trigger. At one point, Roisin's camera refuses to show the flashing K2 lights, despite them being clearly visible to the naked eye. Things intensify when she calls out to the black-eyed girl. The K2 meter reacts instantly.
Did someone just tell me to go away? Are people welcome in the forest? Do you like that people come and visit?
I said no. I'm out of here. That's all the encouragement I need.
A black-eyed girl's been seen. Got K2 meter. Obviously, there's no electricity in the forest to set it off. If you're wondering why you can see my shadow, it's because CB's walking behind me with the light. It just spiked there. Is there someone here?
Later, Roisin attempts a solo walk along the path where the black-eyed girl is rumoured to appear. Again, the equipment responds, and distant sounds rattle her nerves. Voices, movement, something is out there. She calls out names linked to the 1960s murders.
Is Christine still here in this forest? Is Diana still here in this forest?
By the early morning hours, the team is drained. The temperature inside Roshin's tent drops to freezing despite her using the same reliable gear she's used before. She describes it as her worst night camping ever. Something just wasn't right. As they leave, she reflects on the experience. Yes, some moments could be coincidence, but too many felt targeted, intelligent, and very real.
And so, yeah, we got some more sleep, so I'm fine for the drive home. But yeah, this was the creepiest place I have ever stayed. It was so creepy.
Number 13. Gaz, a YouTuber you might know from his channel, Grizzly Gaz, has spent 3 years sharing his camping adventures across the UK. Over time, he's built a loyal audience who love watching him test outdoor gear and explore nature's wild beauty. But sometimes his peaceful trips take a terrifying turn. It all started on October 29th, 2023, a cold autumn evening. Gaz set out on another camping trip, but he wasn't alone. His faithful dog, Fendi, was by his side as they entered a forest wrapped in unsettling rumors.
But I'm in this woodland and I've heard that pagans come in here to do their rituals. Is that what you want to call it? So I'm looking for, it's a large down tree and it's around this area somewhere. So I'll have to figure out where that is quickly because we're losing light.
It's said that pagan groups come here for their midnight rituals, gathering near a huge fallen tree. Most people would avoid this place after dark, but not Gaz. For him, the mystery is part of the thrill. Determined to see if the rumors were true, Gaz set out to find that infamous tree and camp right beside it.
So now, does this look like a pagan ritual site? I'll tell you one thing, it looks creepy. So
After about 30 minutes trekking through the woods with daylight fading fast, they found the spot and quickly pitched the tent. It wasn't pitch black yet, but dark enough for things to feel creepy. Gaz joked about the reflective strips on the tent making it easy to spot, both a help and maybe a beacon for anyone watching.
Dark enough. The only thing that you can see that gives it away is the tie line connectors. Ah, look at that. Even got my own bench, look. That's good, isn't it? So what I'm gonna do is have something to eat and then...
Once the tent was set up, Gaz planned to cook and then explore the forest at night. As darkness fell, he ventured deeper, flashlight and camera in hand.
See what that place looks like, because it's absolutely pitch black now. And if you get lost in here at night time, it'd be pretty hard to get out of here because it just all looks the same. And there's not many like proper paths, really. It's just all like little game trails. Creepy down here. But that's because I've got light shining in my face and I can't see out. And there's a slight breeze in the air, so there's lots of things just dropping from trees because it's autumn now, so there's conkers and all sorts of stuff dropping out. Over here in front of me, it's all dried leaves on the floor, so every time
The atmosphere grew heavier with each step. The forest was silent but alive. Dry leaves and branches occasionally fell with a crack, and the lack of clear paths made it easy to get lost. After some time, Gaz returned to camp, but that's when the night turned sinister. Strange noises started. Loud knocking like chopping wood, faint footsteps nearby. Gaz tried to stay calm, talking to his viewers and rationalizing the sounds as falling branches. But it quickly became clear this was no ordinary noise. Suddenly, branches or maybe rocks began hitting the tent, one after another.
Inside the hot tent, but all the bugs and stuff, it's just not for me. And once I'm in a tent, that's it. I just like to relax then. I don't want to be cutting up wood and this, that and other, especially in a confined space if it's raining. So, but I did enjoy it. I've only done it twice before, and I didn't particularly enjoy it then. Can definitely hear something out there. That's nice, isn't it, mate? Fucking hell, that was a big branch, wasn't it?
Gaz stepped outside with his flashlight, scanning the darkness, but the forest revealed no clear signs of what or who was there. He reluctantly went back inside, telling himself it wasn't serious. Then things got worse.
I hope there's no widow makers fall on us. It'd be no good, would it, mate? Oh. Oh, fuck! 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 Fucking hell. Where the fuck? Fendi! Fendi! Come here, mate. Oh, you're right. What the fuck was that? Fucking flies. Mate, come on. This is all torch that I've got.
Without warning, something started pushing down on the tent, shaking it violently. It was no longer just noises. It was a physical, aggressive presence, and Gaz was terrified. Not willing to wait and see what would happen next, Gaz grabbed Fendi and left the tent, heading deeper into the forest with only the faint light from his camera.
Been there as well, in 10. Fuck. Come on, mate, come on. Come on. Have some balls. Right. I'm gonna have to turn this fucking light back on, Lucas.
But that light was a double-edged sword, helping them see but also revealing their position to whatever lurked in the shadows. Heavy breathing suddenly filled the air, and panic took over. Gaz struggled to find the tent again in the pitch black. After what felt like an eternity, about 5 to 10 minutes later, he finally found it. Without wasting a second, he grabbed what he could, still recording, and bolted out of the forest with Fendi. The next morning, Gaz returned to check on the tent and update his viewers. What he found was disturbing.
When I was packing up, I managed to get my my sleeping bag and everything and get that in my backpack. Then I heard loads and loads of screaming, like shouting from men, and it sounded like there were about 20 or 30 of them. And then they all started running, and it sounded like they were coming towards tent, so I just grabbed my bag and off skis. Yeah, because I just wanted to get out of there. And a few other bits as well that I left. Could stay a bit. Oh, come on, mate. Snap my poles in that. Sleep mat. Where's my cook kit? My cook kit were over here somewhere. Don't mind people scaring you and stuff out of woods, but when they're just going to break stuff as well, what's the point in that? Eh?
Oh, it's got rips in that fly sheet as well. Look at that.
His tent was completely destroyed. Poles were snapped, the sleeping mat shredded, the fly sheet ripped. Gaz explained that while it's one thing to get scared out of the woods, it's another to have your gear trashed like this. Leaving was definitely the right choice. If Gaz and Fendi had stayed, things could have ended much worse.